Hello, you're watching VNA News and now headlines.
National Assembly adopts draft resolution on state budget estimates for 2016. Vietnam to host the 5th East Asian Seas Congress in Da Nang City. Vietnam marks the 18th World Social Work Day.
Lawmakers approved a draft resolution on state budget estimates for 2016 with a majority of votes on November 11th.
Accordingly, the budget's revenue is projected at about 1,019.2 trillion dong, roughly $45.86 billion. The total spending will be 1,273.2 trillion dong, or $57.3 billion, resulting in a deficit of 254 trillion dong, or $11.3 billion, equivalent to 4.95% of the GDP. The resolution calls on the government to implement a tight fiscal policy together with monetary policy in order to support production and business, continue stabilizing the macroeconomy, control inflation, and ensure a higher economic growth than 2015. Attention must be paid to intensifying supervision over and transparency of budget use, especially in the fields prone to corruption and wastefulness, cutting down unnecessary and ineffective expenses, and strengthening inspections to limit tax losses and prevent smuggling and trade frauds. Meanwhile, the minimum wage for public servants and those working in armed forces will be raised to 1,210,000 dong per month from the currently 1,150,000 dong. Retirement pensions and allowance for policy beneficiaries will maintain at 8% increase as in 2015. Next year, 60 trillion dong or $2.7 billion worth of government bonds will be issued to invest in projects using government bond capital decided by the legislature.
For the first time, Vietnam will host the 5th East Asian Seas Congress in the central city of Da Nang from November 16 to 21st. The event is themed Global Targets, Local Benefits, setting the Sustainable Development Agenda for the Seas of East Asia beyond 2015.
Co-organized by the Vietnamese Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment and the Partnerships in Environmental Management for the Seas of East Asia, the Congress is expected to draw the attendance of 700 delegates from both at home and abroad. The hosting of the event aims to affirm Vietnam's position, role, and contributions to peace, friendship, and development in the East Asian Seas in particular and on the international arena in general. Within the framework of the Congress, a series of seminars, forums, and roundtable talks will be held, serving as platforms for scientists and managers to share experience, initiatives, and achievements in the management and sustainable development of natural resources and maritime environment protection, especially in the East Asian Seas. The Congress and related events will also be seen as chances for organizations and concerned parties in the region to define the key targets, schedule, and opportunities for cooperation, thereby setting the sustainable development agenda for the seas of East Asia beyond 2015.
The 18th World Social Work Day was celebrated on November 11th in Hanoi. State Vice President Nguyễn Thị Doan attended the event.
Addressing the ceremony, Vice President Doan stated that social work requires efforts from the entire community to solve rising issues and inequality, improve the quality of life, and aim towards social prosperity. The Vice President stressed the importance of ensuring social welfare, as it directly impacts the nation's human resources. She asked relevant agencies to focus on raising public awareness to help develop social work and train human resources in the field. Jasper Muller, Deputy Representative of the United Nations Children Fund in Vietnam, said Vietnam has reaped positive results in developing social work, and that UNICEF will continue to cooperate closely with ministries and organizations in Vietnam to foster the field. Currently, Vietnam has 408 public and private social welfare facilities, tasked with helping disadvantaged people gain access to social welfare, healthcare, and jobs.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Australian Embassy in Vietnam co-organized a forum on food safety, a pressing issue in the country, on November 11th in Hanoi.
Participants shared information about good approaches to ensure food safety and identified areas for future collaboration to support the growth and enhance confidence in Vietnam's agricultural and food sectors. Addressing the event, Australian Ambassador to Vietnam Hugh Boromin said Australia is keen to support Vietnam in strengthening food safety standards and modernizing the food processing industry to bring benefits for people. Participants also discussed commercial opportunities for both countries' businesses in the agricultural sector.
Australia and Vietnam will have a chance to boost the trade in fruits as the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, to which the two are signatories, is about to be enacted.
Currently, Vietnam is negotiating to ship dragon fruits and mangoes to Australia, as the Australian side pledged to open door for Vietnamese mangoes from now to the end of this year.
The Binh Sơn Refining and Petrochemical Company, a subsidiary of the Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group of Petro Vietnam, plans to complete its evaluation by December 31st and equitization by the end of next year.
The company is managing and operating the Dung Quất oil refinery plant that has so far produced over 36 million tons of products, with turnover of about $32 billion. By the end of last year, Binh Sơn had charter capital of nearly $1.6 billion and employed more than 1,500 people. It was among the 6 biggest enterprises in Vietnam. In the first 10 months of this year, it produced over 5.64 million tons of products, reaching 96% of the yearly target. Of this, it sold about 5.52 million tons, or 94% of the target. In the period, the company contributed $820 million to the national budget, equivalent to 114% of this year's target.
The Mekong Delta region will have a center for aquaculture in Cần Thơ City and a fisheries center in Kiên Giang Province, according to the National Master Plan for Aquaculture Development until 2020, with a vision to 2030.
The plan aims for the fast, strong and sustainable development of the region's fishery sector. Attention will be paid to attract investments, promote technology transfer in aquatic farming and processing, and draw high-quality human resources from centers, institutes and universities to fishery development. The Mekong Delta region boasts nearly 800,000 hectares of aquatic farming. It is home to more than 300 exported aquaculture product processors, accounting for nearly half of the nation's total number, with a total processing capacity of over 1.2 million tons a year. Fishing vessels in the region amount to 22,000, catching 1.2 million tons of seafood per year.
Vietjet Air has placed an order for 30 more A321s on November 10th at the 2015 Dubai Air Show at a disclosed value of $3.6 billion.
The aircrafts will be delivered from the end of 2016 to 2020, and Vietjet Air will receive from 8 to 12 aircraft each year. The A321 is the largest member of the best-selling single-aisle A320 family. Incorporating new engines and the latest technology, the A320neo family will bring a 15% reduction in fuel consumption from day one and 20% by 2020. Along with the order, the airline will continue expanding its network of air routes and providing friendly services and comfort at good prices. Vietjet Air operates about 190 flights a day on 35 domestic and international routes, including to Singapore, the Republic of Korea, Taiwan, China, Thailand, and Myanmar.
The Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee has assigned Cần Giờ Tourism Company to develop a plan for sea encroaching tourism urban area. More the following.
Accordingly, the 1,000-hectare tourism urban area in Long Hoa Commune, Cần Giờ district will be built in 10 years. It will be the city's key project, helping to not only expand the urban space to the sea, but also create a driving force for Ho Chi Minh City in the coming time. The area, estimated to cost dozens of billions of Vietnam dong, will become a cultural center in the country and the region, and an internationally acclaimed 6-star luxury tourism resort and recreational center. Ho Chi Minh City also plans to turn the area into a film studio in order to develop the tourism-movie combination model to promote its tourism.
Pictures and sculptural works featuring Cambodia's culture and art on display in Ho Chi Minh City as part of the ongoing 2015 Cambodia Cultural Week in Vietnam.
The exhibits capture images and shapes of lotus, traditional Khmer dances, Angkor Wat, Bayo and Preah Vihear temples, Cambodian people's daily life, and the country's UNESCO-recognized cultural heritage. The 6 sculptures showcased were made of bronze, stone, marble and wood with various dimensions. According to the organizing board, documentary films featuring classical Khmer dances, puppetry and jewelry arts will be screened during the 4-day exhibition.
The displayed objects reflect efforts by the Cambodian people in conserving their traditional cultural values. The exhibition is expected to help Vietnamese people get insights into Cambodia's land, people and Khmer culture and arts, contributing to tightening solidarity and friendship between the two nations and their peoples.
A prize-winning manga on autism by Japanese author Keiko Tobi has just been released in Vietnamese, depicting the poignant and heartwarming story of a young mother attempting to cope with an increasingly common affliction.
Đi cùng ánh sáng, With the Light, Raising an Autistic Child has been universally recognized for its sensitive portrayal of autism and has won an Excellence Prize for Manga at the 8th Annual Japan Media Arts Festival. The manga not only reflects the daily routines of a family with an autistic child, but also provides information about autism and methods of early treatment for autistic children. The books tell the story of a boy named Hikaru, which means light. During one play date, his mother notices his behavior is slightly different from other children. In the heartwarming and bittersweet tale, the young mother tries to cope with both the overwhelming discovery of her child's autism and the trials involved in raising him, while keeping her family together. The author has cleverly inserted scientific information about this syndrome into the plot. I hope that Vietnamese readers will welcome the series and understand more about autistic children. It is not only an education or entertainment piece, but one filled with heart and humanity.
In life, there are always minorities, those who are sick, ill, or just different from others. If you think about their disadvantages, you will realize the importance of understanding and sharing to help them achieve a better life.
At the announcement event for the release of the first 5 volumes, many parents who are members of the Vietnam Autism Network expressed their hope that this manga will help raise the community's awareness and help families with autistic children. 2.5 million copies of With the Light have been sold in Japan since it was first published in 2000. Then in 2004, the popular series was made into a movie, receiving critical acclaim.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye for now.